EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by the pride of Plainfield, New Jersey. He's been running the fast break his entire life. It's Jay Williams.
Dishing it left, dishing it right, making the right play at the right time. That's what Plainfield guards do. Let's see what the guards do down the court tonight.
And ready to go. This one about to get underway. We get a whistle. In the eyes of the ref, he meant it. Intentional foul.
Maybe a message was being sent there. I'm just not too sure what it was.
Irving. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Cruises inside for two.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Brooklyn with the basketball. Irving to Jordan. Durant. Tough shot. Well defended. Working the outside to Irving. Fires the three. His first effort off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
The okey doke. Let's see if he'll try that one again.
Kawhi Leonard. Tough matchup against Durant. Going to launch beyond the arc. Kawhi Leonard. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Kyrie across the timeline. They're down 3. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
Not everybody possesses this power, but wow, what quarter wears.
Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Here's a chance from long range. Kawhi Leonard in his own world. Nobody near him. He sinks it for 3.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose a dagger with the 3.
It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that.
The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Number 23, Louis Williams. Stepping in for Brooklyn, number 12, Joe Harris.
Beverly into the front court. It's 12-10. To George. Oh, whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
George. That won't go. Durant, and a whistle.
His timing was a tad bit off.
3, Louis Williams. That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes.
4-3. Spencer Dinwiddie, no problem. Contested, hits the 3.
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. And guess what? They're living large right now.
To Paul George. From the painted area, won't go down. Durant across the timeline. It's a one-point game, 13-12. Has a look. Kevin Durant, 3 for 4. Good start. Kevin Durant, dynamic once again.
And giving it to you any way you want it. On the block, from the perimeter, mouse in the house, whatever the scenario is, Kevin Durant has an answer.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. Over and back. Kenny Atkinson making some changes in this one. Irving. From long range. Not that time. He misses. Goes to the right side. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard looking good. 4 for 5.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Old school equals high percentage.
He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverley. Nets have it. Irving. Not that time. DeAndre Jordan pins it. We're through one at Staples Center with the Clippers on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. One quarter in the books, and Jay, naturally, both coaches wanted to get more stops, but boy, was that fun to watch.
It was great to watch, and both teams were on fire. But, Ed, let me bring you inside one of the huddles. These teams are fiery. I heard one player say, we got to draw a line. We got to fight. We got to continue to compete. Get up in somebody's face. The effort will be there in the second quarter.
That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
This is what I want.
Irving.
Right, this is it.
Green, get over, get over.
Can't connect. To George. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
It's LA Clippers ball. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Durant. The drive right to the basket. And it's rebounded by Durant. To Irving. Fires the 3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. That'll get out of bounds off of Irving. Beverley into the front court. Minute gone by in this second quarter. Paul George. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. To Paul George. Beyond the arc for 3. It's good. Now the Nets going to take a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Have you considered a luxury box for your next group event? Availability is limited, so you must act now. Visit our team website for more details.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
In the game for Los Angeles.
For three. Had made his scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's a DJ we all know and love.
Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
It's Brooklyn's ball. Lets it fly from long range.
To number 40, Ivica Zubac.
Spencer Dinwiddie. He's going to get 3 shots here. For his career, 79% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Second free throw off the mark. Still 1 to come. To Leonard. Slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Durant. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
And a bad pass as it's taken away by the Nets. To Dinwiddie. Won't go. Leonard. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Fires the 3, and Kevin Durant unguardable. Hand in his face, he still hits the 3.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5" wingspan to attack the bucket.
And a putback slam.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. To Jordan.
Stepping in for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 20.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
George, that's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And a whistle.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
Kawhi Leonard, that's his second personal foul. The Clippers are now in the penalty.
Durant to Dinwiddie. Durant. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Beverly. Off the assist.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Leonard knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Cleans it up, slams it home on the putback. Deep three at the buzzer. First half comes to an end, and a nice advantage right now for the Clippers. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. It's the Clippers with the possession now. George can't go down. Smothering defense.
His scoring has definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Irving. You've got to get that one to go.
That's me. I got ball.
Strong finish for Paul George.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
To Durant. Going to launch beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
George.
Defensive foul to number 8, Spencer Dinwiddie.
Paul George is going to get a chance at three here. A career 84% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Second of three is good. And he hits all three free throws. Kyrie with the rock. Patrick Beverly with a piece.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
George lets it fly, knocks it down from mid-range.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Leonard, man, that was a tough shot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now the Nets going to take a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. To Durant. To Irving. Here's a chance from long range. He missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Kawhi Leonard matched up with Durant. Oh, they called the foul, Jay.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 3.
Leonard. Goes reverse to lay it in.
The element of surprise on multiple fronts there. Well played.
Irving to Dinwiddie. To the outside. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To George. And count the basket.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
George buries it. It's a three.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Nets have the basketball. Durant shakes free and hits.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested three goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Paul George. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Irving. Yes. Give the advantage to the shooter.
Absolutely the right mentality coming out after halftime. That's what you do during halftime. You reset, you recalibrate, you come out, and you attack like the first never happened.
That's out. Last touch by Kyrie Irving. Time to shuffle things up.
Number 7, Kevin Durant.
George smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Williams. Not done yet. Durant with the basketball up top. The deficit now up to 13. 4-3. No good. That's great defense.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself. Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. New personnel on the floor for Doc Rivers. Williams. A pass stolen by the Nets. To Irving. Here comes the screen. Lou Williams swats it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Irving to Durant. Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Wide open look won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Quarters complete. It's been all Clippers so far. Brooklyn basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Oh, they called the foul.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Screen coming. Leonard. Kyrie Irving sends it away. Jumper's good.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Irving to Jordan. Stuffs it down with authority.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off three-point shots.
The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Leonard, he was all over him. To Dinwiddie. To Durant. From long range. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. George. Working hard on the glass. To George. Jared Allen with the block.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Durant, and drains it.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. George. Now that's a contest. Irving with the basketball. His club staring up at an 8-point deficit. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion, and it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance, and in their mind they do, but in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kyrie Irving controlling the offense. Works it to Dinwiddie. Fires the three. Tough shot for Dinwiddie. No good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Irving into the front court. His guys trail by 10. To Durant. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
Beyond the arc for 3. That's good D. Shot no good. Beverly into the front court. Lead stands at 7. To Paul George. For 3, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to your stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Lets it fly from long range. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. Flushes it home.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
Play is stopped. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter. Irving to Durant. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
Beverly into the front court. His team leads it by 10. And counted at the rim.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Patrick Beverly able to recover with the block. Brooklyn's got it. To Durant. Fires the three. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Beverly into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Durant. He engulfed him that time.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Number 2, Brooklyn Nets are in the penalty.
George drains it.
Everything looks great when you shoot the ball like this. And yes, Ed, this team does have some issues, but they are all masked and camouflaged with this shooting display we're watching.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.